Good morning. It's Wednesday, June 7th, 2023. My name is Jenny Morgan. We are here to practice Wudang Dragon Sword. We have some corrections that we've been working on this week, right? I gave a couple of things yesterday. We're going to work on those again today. We also have this idea of connecting the movements and connecting what we've done previously with what we're doing next, what we're doing now. So I'm going to look at what's next in the form, and I'm also going to be looking at what to do and how to create that video that has everything connected all together all at the same time. I have to be in a different space to do that, and I need a different camera. So I am working on that. I appreciate your patience with me getting that ready. Let's get started. Feet about shoulder width apart. Stand straight. Shoulders down and relax. Pull up through the crown of the head. Open the arms, wiggle the fingers, wiggle the toes, bend the knees, hands circle the front, and back around both sides, up along the center line, reach out. Relax as you stretch. Keep the knees bent, keep the hips bent as well. Everything gets a stretch. Yeah. Fingertips reach up, elbows drop down, wrists, hands return to your sides. Right leg front, left leg back. Not too low, not too high. And go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, sing, and come on up. Other side, and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, and sing. Come on up. Alright, one of the moves that we're going to work on a little bit this morning has this twist to it, so let's warm up the waist just a little bit. Feet a little bit wider than shoulder width, and we're going to do a simple turn to both sides. I'm going to go to I'll go to my right, you go to your left, and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right. That open stance. I'm gonna get this one. All right. This open stance here lets me drop my hip so that my legs are supporting my body, and my hip is free to move. The same thing happens in this area of the back where my thumbs are, this lower lumbar region. As my hip drops, this area is able to open. Physical body here. Internally, this area right here is the Mingmen, and it is the lower channel going up the back for the small heavenly circle. So Mingmen, Jiaji, Yujin, Bai Hui, and we come down front. I'll do that on the other side. Alright, so this needs to be open. As we turn here, I'm going to leave my hand there and keep my hand on my hip. As we're turning, the whole spine turns. It's not just twist this, right? Upper spine turns, neck spine turns, everything turns. Open the hip. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That twist through the spine, right? Warm up. We tend to, I used to, and I just do a little bit of a warm up, it'll be all right, I don't need to do all that much. As I've gotten older, and my body has gotten older, I've learned, no, you need to do a little bit more, particularly for what we're working on today. All right, so the effort that we've made, and I talked about this a little bit yesterday as well, the effort that we've made for these one-legged stances, right? Right leg up, circle outside. Not doing that right now. That effort gives us a lot of the holding strength and dexterity that we're using in what we're doing in these moves right now. The floor sets that I've been giving and that ability to go up and down, we're going to need that. We need that already. Okay, there are 2 things that I've been doing that are I'm about halfway down. I should be all the way down. Okay, I should, my heel and my hip should be connected. They're not. Holding strength in the abs, as well as the strength through the leg to move my body up and down. It's not that my leg isn't strong enough, it's the way that I'm using it, and redeveloping the way that I need to use it versus what I'm doing now is something that I'm working on, and we'll work on it a little bit more. All right. We have I'm going to start here, up, back, jump, down. This should be all the way, I should be all the way down, I'm not. Right? Come back up. That sequence. Here, jump, down, come back up. Here. That first one was wrong. The first one, I was thinking of the first time, right? From here, all the way down, come back up, turn around, come here, right? I was thinking of that one, but I should have been thinking the other one. Understanding that, and I call these things out because I think it's really important for practice to learn how to correct yourself. Okay? I know folks who, stand in the classroom and it is, oh, do this different, right? And it's useful and important, very important. I used to really ask for corrections. What am I doing right? What am I doing wrong? Okay? Being able to find that for yourself, applying the principles, applying what am I doing here, right? That matters more. So if I'm here, I just did this jump and I come back up. It's here, 1, 2, up here, come in, 1, 2, around, out, 1, 2, 3. All right, I am going to slow that down. The connection through as we're moving. I've talked about this previously. Being able to find and follow those connections so that how you move is in harmony with what you're potentially doing in the movement, right? If I'm not paying attention to what I'm doing with the sword, right? I'm here, step back, around, right here. It's really easy to think that, yo, I'm just going down. No, this has to turn. There's a turn and a twist to it, right? This comes down and around and twists to go out. That extension needs to be there. So where is the sword, right? As it comes through. Do I want to hit myself in the head with it? Yeah, no, right? This twist right here is not easy to do at speed. It's just not easy to do generally. And initially, I put it on the other side. Oh, which one? Well, it should be on the open side, not on the closed side. This side, if I'm standing here, right? This side is closed, this is open. It's here. That recognition, right? Because this is on the back, this goes to the back, right? I'm here as I come up. Head. I really do tend to go for the hip more than the head, but this does belong higher, not lower. So, should be here, right? As this comes around, here. No. Yes. Where you are moving, what you're paying attention to, what your target could be, what you're looking for. You could be going for something else, but it's what you're looking for. And how you manage the movement, both your body and the sword, make all the difference for whether or not that movement is clear. If it's not clear, adding strength, adding force, adding your internal energy, adding your internal breath, adding qi, adding jing, fa jing, fa zhe, quiet yar, add strength, extend strength, move faster. If it's not clear, that's just going to muddle. And you can't, let me say this, if your intent is not clear to you, it won't be clear to anybody else, right? So if my intent here, it was pretty clear. There wasn't a question, okay? That's a question. I don't know what that was. That was smiling with a sword. See the difference? That matters in what we're doing. So if we're paying attention to the dynamic of the movement. I'm going to do this again. Dynamic of the movement. Quiet. I'm paying attention to what I need to do with my breath internally. Breathe in. Breathe out. That extension doesn't happen here. I don't know, what am I doing, right? Up on the right. Step. 1, 2. Out. 1, 2, 3. All right. That last sequence, right? We're one, 2, 3. All right, let me slow that down. 1, 2, 3. Slice across at the knee. This extension is not this one, right? So we have a couple of places where this edges of the blade are up and down, right? This time, it's flat. If it's not really flat, right? Got a little bit of an angle on it. Not this much, right? No, just a little bit as you extend. Excuse me. All right. Placement and knowing how much space am I going to use, how much space do I need. I talked about this at the beginning, and I've talked about it repeatedly. The limitation of space makes a difference in what we can do and what the form looks like. All right, so I'm going to try and contain, make it smaller. Just this last piece. I didn't move very much. I didn't really travel very far, just a little bit. I'm going to use most of the space, give or take. Looks different, doesn't it? Yeah, it does. That comparison, paying attention to what those differences are, what the quieter form, the smaller, more contained version, what that does, and then what happens when you add more energy. Jayo, add oil. All right, what happens when you add energy, you add chi, you add more physical movement, and you open up the step? Well, that's the second one. All right, that understanding knowing that that both are correct. What I did just now, both were correct. The first one, smaller, is okay. You have a smaller space. You could work in a smaller footstep. At some point, you do want to open it up. And this was something that I mentioned a couple of times, and again, with that idea that I'm going to connect everything, I got to go outside. It's just the room is, I have a large room here that I'm very lucky to have, but it's not big enough. I have to go outside. And that is also something that is important to recognize and to understand, that the differences in the way we practice, because I will guarantee you, you go outside, you pick a spot, whatever your environment may be, you go outside to practice, it will change the way you look at your own practice. It will change the way you feel about the limitations around you. Right? I got walls around me. I'm limited by the walls. If I'm outside, there might be a tree over there, but other than I can avoid the tree, right? That limitation is no longer present. Now what? Open it up. Right? That's the second one. Open it up. So that the extent of movement that you're using is the greatest extent that you have available to you. Right? That's what we're working on, right? Developing the skill to use what we have. So inside, you have to contain it a little bit. Outside, open it up. But make sure this is at the knee level, right? And yeah, I am twisting over here. Yeah, I am. That open step, right? I didn't step here. I could have. Right? I could have. I'm here. That's not so big. And here. Right? I'm here. And here. That was a bigger step. Yeah, both of them were. It's harder to see the one coming toward the camera. That opening up all the way through. All the way through. Will change how you consider what the form is doing, what we can do with it, how it moves, and the kind of dynamics that we get in this particular form. There are some things that can extend to other sword forms. There are some things that are fundamentally unique to this particular form and to the way that Professor Liu taught it. So there's opportunities there for additional learning and additional training. I have topics I could talk about. I'm not going to do that this morning. I appreciate you being here today. Thank you so much. I will be back tomorrow with Wudang Qigong. Wudang Qigong. Foundation sets 1 through 9. I will not be here on Friday. I will be back next week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Dragon Sword. Thursday and Friday Qigong. Thank you again. I appreciate it.